Hi there everybody, this is David, and welcome to New RPG News. Hope that everybody had a really good Christmas and got some great gifts. And I want to hear in the comments what gaming gifts that y'all got. I personally got a really cool laptop. I got this like swivel microphone, so now you don't have to see my microphone on the desk anymore. It's like swiveling off to the side. I don't know exactly what to call it, but it's right here. So hopefully my sound sounds fine. I don't know, this is the first video I'm recording that has my little swivel microphone over there to the side, so I'm very excited about that. And we do have a lot of other exciting things to talk about today, from Square Enix news to Falcom news to some Illusion of Gaia news. And I do think that all that is fantastic and definitely worth a sub as y'all try to help me level up to 100,000 subscribers. And with your help, your like, and your sub, I just know that I can get there. So thank you all so much for that. Starting off, though, we're going to talk about Octopath Traveler, one of my favorite new IPs from Square Enix. It is fantastic, and it seems to be doing really well. I'm not the only person who thinks that this is a fantastic game. Octopath Traveler series shipments and digital sales top 5 million copies right now. 5 million. The series is currently on sale on digital stores to celebrate. Octopath Traveler and Octopath Traveler 2 are on Marketplace at 60 and 50% off discount prices until January the 7th. They also released a commemorative illustration right there. Super freaking cute. I love his little vest. Thank you right there. So yeah, hopefully this means that we'll be getting another Octopath game, just like we're going to be getting another Bravely game this year, and another Saga game too. Come on, Square Enix, just announce these games already. Oh, and give us a release date for Dragon Quest 1 and 2. That'd be great as well. Sticking with Square Enix, Paranormasight, The 7 Mysteries of Hanjo manga details revealed, launching in Japan in 2025. This is a new manga series based upon their video game that came out not that long ago. When did it come out? It came out, oh, it says, but did it give a release date on when this thing came out? I know it came out this year, because I remember that Square Enix actually reached out to me, and they were like, hey, do you want to review this game? And I looked at it, I was like, no, I don't. I was like, no, this isn't really my thing. And I felt bad telling him no, but I'm like, but anyway, I probably shouldn't have said that, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so here we go. It says, a few days after the events of the game, the body of an elderly woman is discovered in the Sumida River, prompting an investigation determining the death to be accidental. In the meantime, private high school student Nino Sakuramiya begins noticing bizarre events around her after a classmate's grandmother fell into the river. Then, once she finds herself entangled in these happenings, the returning character Mio Kurasuzu appears, claiming to have it all under control. So yeah, it says that the original game was a mystery adventure that blended visual novel gameplay with supernatural elements. I can't talk today. But yeah, that was the reason why I told Square Enix, I was like, no, sorry, because it was a visual novel, and I'm like, oh my god, I have so many other games to play. I can't get bogged down in a visual novel too. So also, I want to hear from y'all. Did you play this game? And did you like it? Should I have said yes to Square Enix to review this? I don't know. Falcom has some plans going on here. They are to release some unannounced PS5 ports in Japan, as well as a list of everything they have upcoming. Right here it says, in addition to its already announced 2025 titles, Ys 10 Proud Nordics, Trails in the Sky First Chapter, and a Nintendo Switch title, which should be the Switch version of Ys Memories of Celceta, Falcom also shared an updated list of recent release and upcoming titles. So they have Legend of Hero Kai no Kaseki Farewell Ozamuria. They have Chosen the Sky First Chapter. They have Tokyo Xanadu New Project, currently in development. An unannounced title, also currently in development. An unannounced PlayStation 5 ported title in development, so they're porting something over there. Interesting right there. They got Trails Through Daybreak coming out on the Switch. Trails Through Daybreak 2, Ys Memoir Oath in Felghana, which I will be having a review coming out for pretty soon in January. The other unannounced Nintendo Switch title, which again is probably going to be Ys Memories in Celceta. Let's see what else they got going on here. It says they have Ys 10 Proud Nordics in development, an unannounced Trails series title, and an unannounced Ys series title, which is probably going to be like Ys 11, and then the next Trails series as well. Then they said that they are currently releasing 2 or 3 titles per year, which excludes budget price re-releases, but their goal is to increase the number of titles that they release per year up to 4 or 5 titles, and do that within the next 2 years. So Falcom is really going, guns blazing, all engines going forward in order to release all of these games. So a lot of games out there. I know a lot of people are going to be happy about the new Tokyo Xanadu project. I could see Taylor at the gaming shelf going crazy about that. He loved Tokyo Xanadu. I personally would love to know what some of these unannounced titles are as well. It would be nice for them to branch off from what is safe, from the Ys, from the Trails, and branch off into some other things, some other weird games that they used to put out. Like I remember Gurumin on the PSP. They had a lot of different games on the PSP. It would be nice for them to branch out and do something different. So hopefully we'll be seeing something different from Falcom as well. And we talked about this last week, but Ys 10 Proud Nordics isn't just a remastered port. It's reportedly being treated as a brand new game, with balancing being reworked from the ground up. So completely new game here. This is, I still wish it was DLC, but whatever. It says, Kondo said that the development for Ys 10 Proud Nordics was initiated due to fan requests for more adventures with Adol and Karja. Whenever they asked for more adventures with Adol and Karja, they were probably talking about DLC. Not, gosh. It says, this sounds about expected, but what is somewhat shocking is how the title is meant to be treated as a new game instead of an expansion. Complementing this approach is how the balance of Ys 10 has been reworked from the ground up for Ys 10 Proud Nordics. Several enhancements. Here we go. A new setting, a land island. Located north of Obelia Gulf, this region introduces new ruins and obstacles for Adol and Karja to overcome, encounters with another mana user, furthering the story. Enhanced gameplay mechanics such as new mana actions, additional skills and strategy tied to the mana abilities, expanded exploration, fresh areas to traverse and secrets to uncover, new bosses and activity, mana ride racing, and arena battles. So yeah, this is what I get for beating a game and completing it. I beat a game, then, a month later, oh, well, we're putting out a brand new game, but it's the same game, but it's a new game, and thanks, Falcom. Thanks. Okay, more Falcom. I have to bring this to y'all because it's cool, but at the same time, pisses me off. Falcom RPG Dragon Slayer The Legend of Heroes 2 is now available on the Nintendo Switch for $6.49. Cool! The main game is in Japanese. Boo. Why even bother? What is this? Here's the deal. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the Legend of Heroes series is a spin-off from the Dragon Slayer series, which in and of itself is a spin-off from the Xanadu series. It's extraordinarily long-running. And the first Legend of Heroes game that came out was for the TurboGrafx 16, which we did get here in America. Then Legend of Heroes 2 came out, which we did not get here in America. Then from then on, we got all the rest of the games, starting with Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch over on the PSP is what we got. So here's the dealio. This one was the only one that's never been released in the West, never been translated into English, but it says here that they're releasing it in the West, but they're not translating it. What? What's the point? Are you kidding me? It says this is officially emulated release based on the PC 8801 version of the game. Key details include the main game and gallery presented in Japanese for an authentic experience. Read lazy. Lazy, that's all that is. However, the main menus and tutorial screens are fully translated into English, ensuring ease of navigation for non-Japanese players. Yeah, whatever. This is such bullcrap. So, you're going to go to the trouble of translating the menus and tutorials, but you're not going to translate the game? If you want to give us the option for an authentic experience, then let us have a thing that says, hey, put it in Japanese or put it in English. Don't just do this lazy bull crap and then call it authentic. Yeah, that's crap. So it says this originally released in 92. It's set 20 years after the events of its predecessor. Players step into the shoes of Prince Atlas, embarking on a journey across Esselhasha to uncover truths following a devastating earthquake. I really thoroughly enjoyed the very first Legend of Heroes game. It's very Dragon Quest, it's very Final Fantasy, it's very top-down, turn-based, RPG, overworld map, all that kind of stuff. I actually did a Let's Play on it back in the day. Really, really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Had some of the worst voice acting I've ever heard in my entire life, which was hysterical, too. Hysterical voice acting. It was so freaking funny. But yeah, I've always wanted to play this game. I've heard that it's the black sheep of the series. I have not heard good things about it. I heard something that it was like the storyline involved aliens landing and then wondering about like the spaceship of aliens or something. So that just seems kind of weird. But yeah, I still want to play it, but I want to play it in English. Excuse me for not wanting the authentic experience. Bandai Namco and Koei Tecmo announced Kingdom Hado for iOS and Android. The closed beta test is set for mid to late January 2025 in Japan. They don't yet have a release date right now, and only 5,000 users will be accepted into this beta test right here. It says, Kingdom Hado is a hyper-authentic strategy game set in the world of Kingdom. You play as a general in the world of Kingdom, master the features of various battlefields from forest to hills, and utilize the unique generals from the anime to conquer the fight. Advance while cooperating with players who fight for the same army, complete for castles and fortresses across the vast maps, and grow your army. Aim to become the Tai Shogun of the land in the exhilarating world of Kingdom. I'm imagining this is Romance of the Three Kingdoms, I guess? I've never heard of Kingdom, but whatever. Palworld Faybreak update is now available, and it includes a tease of the upcoming Terraria collaboration. It says the major update Faybreak for open world survival crafting monster collection game Palworld is now available. It adds a new island, new features, areas, pals, and more, including a tease of its upcoming Terraria collaboration. So we have new content, a new island, new resources, new mechanics, predator pals, new bounty NPCs, new strongholds and stronghold bosses, new raids, new items, a hardcore mode, all sorts of different stuff. So if you are a Palworld fan and you want to check this out, now is the time to, because as you can see, there's a lot of new stuff added in here. It just keeps going. The World According to Girl is coming to the PS5 and PS4 on Christmas Day. The roguelike deck builder is currently available already for the Xbox, Switch, and PC. It's going to be costing $10 and it will be in English. It says, this is a game about turning an ordinary girl into the savior of the world. The World According to Girl is a combination of deck-building roguelike and caring game in which you take on the role of an administrator in order to nurture a girl into a savior. The story takes place over 100 years in the future, where the world is on the verge of collapse. Humanity has planned a rescue mission to outer space in the only spaceship left. It needed to be the best people in the world to board it, but the world had poured everything into raising a single girl. If you couldn't tell from our previous story, we are into the weirdo visual novel-y stuff. Visual novel Road 59 Shin Jidai Ninkyu Toku Matenru Monochrome Kusu. Never saying that again. Announced for the Switch and the PC, due out in fall of next year. It's a visual novel game. It'll feature Japanese voiceovers, but with English subtitles. In the Tenkai Ward, where the restless skyline rises above Tokyo Bay, gangsters with supernatural powers known as the Jinji are engaged in bloody battles of life and death. The protagonist, Shohimuro, is an ordinary and kind-hearted young man born as the heir to the Hakuro clan. Under the strict orders of his older sister, Shizuka, he reluctantly assumes the role of a clan leader. However, after the death of the previous boss, the Hakuro clan's power begins to weaken, and the Kuroju clan, whose influence in the Tenkai Ward has been growing, launches an attack. To protect his beloved family, Sho is drawn into a series of impossible choices amid the turf wars of the Tenkai Ward, a place rife with betrayal and desire. In the end, what will Sho gain from the choices he has made? God, could you imagine playing this game trying to read all this crap? There'd be no way. Success Corporation announces mystery novel Ghost Traveler Adventures in Edo for Switch and PC. This is also due out sometime next year. It will have English support right here. It doesn't say if it's going to have voice acting in English or Japanese. I would imagine Japanese voice acting with English subtitles. Anyway, a boy is transported back into the Edo time period in Japan and becomes caught up in a series of bizarre murders. Will he be able to solve the mysteries surrounding the murders in the Yoshiwara red light district and return to present day? The protagonist is a 17-year-old boy named Kotaro who lives in modern-day Japan. One day, he's caught up in supernatural phenomenon in Shibuya and loses consciousness. When he wakes up, he finds himself in a world that looks something out of the Japanese period drama. Well, that one seems a hell of a lot more normal than the last one we just saw. It's our last visual novel, I promise you! Bushiroad Games and Frontwing announced visual novel Perennial Dusk Kinseka for the PC, again, due out sometime next year. It will have English support right there. It's for the PC. It says, this is a stunning tale about a group of young people in an eerie world of endless twilight. Follow the story as they struggle against limitless cruelty and confront the inescapable traumas of life and death together. The human heart is but a vessel for pain. That's what someone once whispered, a voice laced with loneliness, whispering directly into the soul. It's an indescribable sadness, a love just beginning to bloom. It becomes an invisible pain that pierces the heart, and that's what makes up life, a cyclical series of highs and lows. Tachibana Sai was born without the ability to feel pain in his heart. He spends his day in eliminating any seeds of malice that sneak up on his sister, the one person that he treasures. Of course he treasures his sister. Is this a love story between a brother and sister, for God's sakes? Without drawing attention to himself. Sick of never-ending monotony he lives through, he chances upon a meeting with Benio Matsuri, a young girl whose aloof demeanor resembles that of a beautifully crafted doll. Okay. For the first time in his life, he encounters a heart-piercing sensation, that of falling in love. Okay, so he goes from loving his sister into loving a doll. That's lovely. On the edge of between day and night, in a twilight world where the dead and living mingle, stands an apartment building called the Mason Sands Nam, which is home to a group of boys and girls. A ruthless boy who knows no pain in his heart, a lonely girl without any friends, a friendly girl who struggles to make connections, a prickly, ambitious girl who's keen to be of help, a boy who loves his own cute self above anything else. It was just like that Seinfeld episode with a hand model fell in love with his hand and it became a claw. Like, ooh, gross. A mess of a woman who tries to solve everything through brute force, and a boy with a tender heart who knows no pain in his body. This ill-assorted group of residents, hands stained with blood from battling the supernatural maledicts, shall encounter the hearts they never knew and begin nurturing their souls. Okay, that's a lot for this visual novel right there. And in our final story, Illusion of Gaia has a retranslation with all sorts of great new quality of life features as well, and I will include a link to this in the video description right here so y'all can download it yourself. It has all sorts of instructions on how to do it, about the project, all this, but all I really want to talk about is what is new. It says, we've added a roster of improvements and changes. Care was taken to offer options to the player and how they would like to enjoy this beloved classic. We hope that these new options will help you find a playstyle that you most enjoy. There's a brand new translation. When starting the game, the options menu now offers the choice between the North American localized names, such as Will, Lance, Seth, or the original Japanese ones, like Tim, Rob, and Morris. This option replaced the choice between stereo and mono. Stereo is now enabled by default. I never once chose mono in any of these games back when. I don't even know what mono is. Anyway, unique borders were designed to better represent the personalities and cultures of the story's characters. The original white border remains in-game, usually being used to describe actions that are occurring. There's now a sprint button. You will also still sprint by using a double press on the D-pad. This can definitely be considered an accessibility option to those who struggle with or dislike the original method. It also makes Illusion of Gaia play a bit more like its successor, Terranigma. Hopefully we'll get a Terranigma retranslation too, that'd be really cool. Dialogue has been made harder to accidentally skip through. Several button inputs that allow text to advance were disabled to make this possible. Asset decompression allows scenes to load much faster. MSU compatibility is included. I have no idea what that means. Instructions for its use can be found in section 2 of this document. Who cares? Sky Delivering Man has been added back into the endgame. So, aside from the ability to return to earlier locations in the game, nothing about those areas has been changed at this time. Hopefully they add in new stuff to those areas. I know that there was a lot of missables in the endgame, like those red gems or whatever, and if you moved on, you just couldn't go back. So now you're able to go back to previous areas and get stuff that you may have missed. That's so freaking cool. I also heard that this translator is going to go back and he's going to retranslate Soul Blazer as well. So this is some fantastic news about Illusion of Gaia. I am super stoked about this. I still want this Heaven and Earth trilogy are some of the games that I really still want bundled into a package and remade completely from the ground up. I don't care if they HD2D them, I don't care what they do with them, I want them remade. They deserve a remake. They really are some fantastic games, and this right here is the next best thing that we have. So I'm very much looking forward to going back and playing one of my childhood favorite games right here. So that's it for the news this week. I want to hear from y'all. What news stories did you like the best? What are you most excited about? Let's all talk and chat about it in the comments. And as always, have a good day.